Hey guys, I'm back with a chat video. It has been a long time since I have done a chat video, and I've got some things to share with you, and I'm probably going to be leaving a lot of stuff out because it's been a while. The Koko, I should say the puppies, but then I went Koko and Chanel, are both in here with me, and they may go a little cray-cray. There is a chipmunk outside that is now back. It was out there last spring and summer. I don't know if it's the same chipmunk or a different one, but it drives them insane. So if all of a sudden you hear a lot of barking, Koko, no. She was just about to go somewhere she wasn't supposed to go, so I had to grab her. So I do have Koko right now. Let me just show you. It's been a while since y'all have seen her too. Chanel's, oh, she doesn't like the way I'm holding her. Sorry about that. Chanel is on the couch. Looks like she's about to go to sleep. So I'll get her in just a minute or two or three. So let's see. I've been back from Europe for 2 weeks. Well, when you guys watch it'll be for 2 weeks. And I have been incredibly busy, and I've got 2 extremely busy weeks coming up, and I am trying to get all the vlogs done. I believe there's going to be 6 more, so excuse me. I was gone for a total of 18 days, and the first 2 days I put together, and then I started vlogging thereafter. Well, on the cruise ship, there were a total of 4 sea days, and I only vlogged on one of those. So I think there's going to be, I did a filming or vlogging for like a total of 14 days, but I combined 2 days. So I think there's going to be a total of 13 vlogs. I don't know. I keep losing count, but I think I have 6 more coming. So I'm hoping to get them at least 3 edited and uploaded this week and 3 more next week. And part of the reason why it's taken me so long is that I have so much footage that I have to go through, and I'm still, I do feel like I have gotten better with the vlogging. I am very pleased with the vlogs. But there's still a whole lot of shakiness going on, and I try to eliminate as much as I can without destroying the integrity of the video, if that makes any sense. So I want you guys to be able to see what I did, but if it's just too bad, I don't want to use it. And then a lot of the times we were on, when I was on different excursions, we were on buses for a while, so I didn't film like an entire hour-long bus ride. I got a little bit of footage from the windows, so I'm sorry. Sometimes when you sit down to start filming, your throat closes up and you're like, ah! Anyway. Just forgive me for the clearing my throat constantly throughout this video. So I did bring a few notes. Oh. This is huge, guys. It is for me. I mean, it's probably not even going to be that exciting for you guys. But I now have Google Fiber. Oh my goodness. It has changed my entire YouTube life. Oh my goodness. I have never experienced internet speeds like Google Fiber has. Now, I realize it's not all over the world yet, not all over the United States. Nashville was chosen one of a few cities that was getting it. I don't know how many there were. So the only thing I would say is when they finally get out everywhere, I don't know if that's going to slow down the speeds with more and more people getting it. I will say I do believe it is more expensive than other internet providers charge, but oh my goodness, it is worth it. So let's say I upload a 45-minute vlog, which I've been doing, and in the past, I will tell you, a 30-minute video in the past for me may have taken 24 hours to upload. It has taken that long or even longer. Like a 10-minute video could have taken 12 hours to upload. I had direct TV internet before, and even the ones before that, I've had Uverse, I've had Comcast, Xfinity, every one I've had before has been, it kind of went from bad to worst. Xfinity was the least worst of the others, except for the fact it died all the time. And I would constantly have to reboot it, but it was faster than the others. Uverse was horrible. DirecTV's was horrible. But, I mean, Google Fiber is where it's at. If you have the opportunity to get it, get it. Unless you're not uploading videos or you're not downloading videos to watch and doing a lot of streaming. If you're not doing that, maybe not pay the extra for it. Oh, I'm just going to throw that out there. But it's just super fast. I love it. And now a 45-minute video is taking 10 minutes to upload. 10 minutes! Oh my goodness, guys. It's amazing. So if you do YouTube or maybe play games or watching a lot of videos, there's like no buffering whatsoever. It is just fabulous. So very glad about that. eBay for me has been pretty much non-existent since the week that I left, or maybe even the week before. I don't even know if I sold anything the week before I left. I can't even remember, and I'm not going to bother going back and watching the chat video to figure out. I put my store on vacation, and then I just did not have time to deal with it when I got back. And so I did take it off of vacation and relist. Everything fell off. All the listings fell off. And all you experienced eBayers out there, some of my listings fell off, but I couldn't relist them. They're not even there anymore. And I'm like, there are some that disappeared, but I know of one specifically, because I was debating about keeping this item or relisting it. I've been going back and forth since I've had the item. And I still don't know, but anyway, it's completely gone. And I was like, where are some lists? So I don't know what else is missing. So I'm gonna have to go through my entire stock of stuff and make sure that the listing is there. I feel like I should have a lot more listings than that I had on that had fallen off. So anyway, so far after I took it off of vacation this week, relisted everything, and so far no sales. I will tell you, I did relist the Balenciaga handbag. I honestly don't want that bag in my handbag collection. I'm not going to use it, but I'm extremely hesitant to sell it on eBay, to the point where I'm thinking I'm going to take it off and maybe go through, there's a consignment store, I think it's in Franklin, which is a town very close to Nashville, or do Fashion File. My mind just went blank. Or do Fashion File. I know they take a pretty big commission, much larger than eBay would take. I feel like it will eventually sell on eBay. I am just so scared of being scammed. I've had scammers attempt to scam me before, but on smaller amount items. And thankfully, I've just been lucky when I've sold the other two bags. One I sold in a Facebook group. That's another thing. I may see if I can sell it on a Facebook group. I feel like those members are very serious. If you can find one specifically bag related to whatever the bag you want to sell, I think those people are very serious, and I feel somewhat more trustworthy than just some stranger on eBay. And I'm fairly confident I'm going to take the listing down on eBay. I still have a little part of me wants to keep the bag because I love the color so much. I mean, I adore that color, but I just don't like the bag. But I want to like the bag. So I feel like I'm going to take it down, use it a couple more times, and reassess. Every time I say this, I go back and say, no, I don't like it. But reassess and then take it to a consignment store in Franklin. That's what I think I'm going to do. But I want to love that handbag so much. It is beautiful. Anyway, enough about that. Oh, okay. So I wanted to show you, this is the camera. If you're new to my channel, I got this for Christmas, and it was my vlogging camera I didn't bring out the little tripod, but I'm almost sure that I have shown that before. And the tripod helped so much with stability, and there were several instances where I could just set the camera down on the tripod on like a ledge or something that was stable, and then I would shoot like a minute or something like that. But even when I wasn't able to sit it down, holding it that way was so much easier than holding it like this, and then the screen just flips up like that. So anyway, I am loving this camera so much, and I've got to tell you, the battery life on this G7X, it's a Canon. I may have had my finger over since I've been gone, or since I've been back, my brain is not all there. The brand, why was that so hard to think of? Anyway, the battery life is amazing. I had the Canon S120 prior to this. The battery life was horrific. I had 4 different batteries for that camera, and I want to say they would last maybe somewhere between 15 and 30 minutes of vlogging, and I would go through 4 batteries in one day easily if I was doing like a day vlog. With that one, I have 2 batteries because I didn't know how it was going to be, so I bought a backup one, and I think I only had to change the battery once on one particular day because I think I was trying to get a lot of footage on that day. Now, I was recharging the battery every night, but one battery lasted me all day long except for like one day. So amazing battery life on this camera. And if you're thinking about getting it, and this is the Mark II, the G7X Mark II. I don't know about the original G7X. I don't even know if they do the S120 anymore, but if you are thinking about getting a smaller point and shoot camera like that, and you want to film on it, I highly recommend that. I know there's been lots of complaints about it having trouble focusing. I had a little bit of that, but if you give it just a few seconds, touch the screen, it clears right up. I didn't have any big issues with that, about it actually getting focus. It may have just taken a few seconds. So just take a beat, let it focus, and go with it. Highly recommend that camera. Let's see, I think, okay, so this is the plan right now because of my next 2 weeks. And it's taken me a long time to edit the vlogs. I think I already mentioned this, but I'm just going to try to get the 3 vlogs up this week, potentially the last 3 next week, depending on what I can do with the editing. And then that will be that will be all of those travel vlogs. I did film while I was on the ship, like a part 1 and a part 2 about what I thought about the Carnival Horizon. And I gave my honest opinion. I'm going to try to get those up maybe the week after or something. And I know some of you may not like all of these types of videos that I'm doing. I promise you we'll go back to getting some outfit videos up. I've already got one filmed. I don't know when it's going to go up right now because I kind of want to get these travel vlogs done. And then I've got I'm going to be filming after this video a Sephora and Ulta haul. I took advantage of Ulta's. I had a 20% off coupon code, and I took advantage of that. And then Sephora had their VIB sale. I made it back in time for that sale, and where everything was 15% off. So what I did was from Ulta, whatever I could get from Ulta that I wanted and needed for my skincare, I got that because that was 20% off. And then I picked up a few things that I didn't need from Sephora, and I will be honest, some of those items will be returned today as well. I just got, there was literally one thing I was going to buy from Sephora, which I got that, and then I got caught up in the sale, and now I'm going to be returning some stuff, but I did end up keeping some other stuff as well. So I don't know when that video is going up. I know the sale's already over with, and I'm behind. Some people get their videos up the day of the sale. not doing that. And then I also did a little bit of online shopping and for some summer clothing. Right before my trip, I was looking at my wardrobe and getting ready to pack. I have so many casual tops, a lot. And I have dressier tops for fall, winter, but I was looking at my wardrobe and I was like, where are my dressier tops for spring and summer? And then it hit me. I either sold them all on eBay or I donated them, and literally no dressier tops for spring and summer. And I went into a bit of a panic mode because I was like, oh, what am I gonna do? I've got some really nice sweaters, but it's getting warm outside. And I caved and bought some stuff. So there will be a clothing haul coming up probably in the next 3-4 weeks, somewhere around in there. And I also am going to film a video and talk about the particular handbags and backpacks. So I took 2 handbags with me in 1 backpack and tell you my thoughts on those. The backpack is from Kate Spade and the 2 handbags were from Gucci. They're the smaller ones. And I want to go over, kind of do a review of them all and tell you what I think about them. So there will be that video coming up. I still want to do a video about this camera that I'm filming on now, the Canon EOS 80D. Always look over to see the name, even though I can see it clearly. So I like to call myself an amateur photographer. I know a little bit more than just say a person that's never taken any photography classes and that really doesn't use a camera, but I am not at the professional level whatsoever. So I thought as an amateur I could review this camera and tell you what I thought of it. So I am planning on filming that. Literally I just got to get that worked into my schedule, and today the only videos I can film today are this one and the Sephora Ulta haul. I just do not have the time. I mean, my day is booked solid today, and I don't even know that I'm going to get done everything that I can, but thankfully with Google Fiber there's not a long upload. Let's see, I think that is it. Oh, let's just, I don't want to go into a lot about the trip because you'll see it in the vlogs. You'll hear me talking about it in the Carnival Horizon part 1 and part 2 videos. I haven't even looked at that footage yet, but I had a wonderful time. I will tell you, being gone 18 days from home, and this is my opinion, it was too long for me. I don't want to, you know, when I take another trip, which I am planning on taking one next year, and let me get into that a little bit, but I do not want to be gone for 18 days at a time, the next one. For me, I think like maybe somewhere between 9 and 12 days would be perfect, because when the ship got to Malta, and when we were in Malta, we had a sea day, then we went to Sardinia, then we had another sea day, then we were getting off the ship. So 4 days left before I got home. I was ready to come home. When I got back onto the ship from being in Malta, I was done. I was like, I want to be home right now. And I knew it was going to be 3 full days on the still in Europe, and then 1 extremely long travel day coming home, so 4 days. And I was ready to be home. So literally at the 14-day mark, I was done. So I think my next trip that I'm gonna plan is definitely gonna be 12 or less days. That is my goal. And I have not decided, I'm not even planning anything yet. I still want to recover and do some more stuff before I really look into next year's trip. But I'm just going to tell you, this is what I am thinking. And I think unless something else comes up, this is what I'm really, really thinking. So I've got several options, and sorry, my nose just started itching. And if you want to leave a comment below and tell me what you would pick, that may help me, but I'm still going to go with whatever I decided to end up with. So I'm thinking a Scandinavian cruise. I really want to see Norway. That is the largest part of my, I guess you could say, heritage is Norwegian. I also have a lot of Irish in me, so I eventually want to see Ireland, but Norway is like first on my list. I do realize with the Scandinavian cruises, a lot of times they will go to Denmark and even Finland and maybe even St. Petersburg, Russia. Just being honest with you, I don't care about seeing St. Petersburg whatsoever. So I am trying to find one that potentially would do somewhere like Denmark and Norway. And I may even look into those Viking River cruises. That may even be something I'll look into. Or just doing a like maybe it doesn't have to be Globus, but that's the name of the travel company that comes to my mind first. Doing a Globus trip that will be like a bus trip of Norway, and I don't know if Denmark would be an option or not. So so those two, either a cruise or like a land trip for Scandinavian, specifically Norway. Okay, so there's one. Or I think sometime in the month of May, they are going to start flying. I think it's British Airways is going to start flying direct flights from Nashville, Tennessee to London. I really want to do that flight. So I'm thinking about doing London next year. Just booking a hotel, not really joining a specific tour like Globus or one of those things, but just booking excursions while I'm there and kind of doing it on my own, but book excursions to see certain things that I want to see, and maybe take the Eurostar and go into Paris. That is one thing. So that's I guess you could say like the third option. I also really want to take a cruise around the Greek islands, specifically Santorini. I want to see those white houses and blue roofs. I can't wait to see those. And I'd like to see Mykonos, and I would also like to see Athens. So maybe take a cruise that would leave from Athens and then go around the Greek islands. I really want to do that. So that's like the fourth thing. So let's say I was going to do one of those, I could only do one of those. I was also potentially thinking about doing some stuff in the United States. And so I would really like a New York trip, do another New York trip. I've only been there, other than stopping off there at the airports. I took a cruise in 2014 that left from New York, and I was able to spend like basically, I want to say 24 hours in Manhattan area. And so I would like to go back, maybe do a Broadway show, something like that, and spend maybe like a long weekend. And if I were to do something like that, I also would like to see Chicago. I've heard some people absolutely love Chicago. Some people say it's horrible. I think it just depends on the parts you go in, but I would like to see the touristy areas of Chicago. So I'm thinking if I were to choose New York and Chicago, I could do both of those easily in the same year, and then maybe even throw in a Disney trip. I ended up with a lot of flight points, or I think airline points, or whatever, miles, whatever they're called. So I potentially could get some free plane rides to some of these places that I wouldn't be going that far. So, so I'm thinking either Europe, just doing one trip next year with those three things, or three areas that I mentioned, but 4 different types of traveling, or potentially do New York, Chicago, and Disney next year. Just space it out, you know, like maybe 3 days in Chicago, 3 days in New York, and maybe I may need some more time in Disney. Maybe like 4 days at Disney. I love Disney. So, and do space them out over the course of the year. So that is what I'm thinking about. Guys, let me know what you would pick from those, and or if you got another suggestion, go ahead and put it down what you want to do, because I would like to hear from you guys as well. But that is what I'm leaning towards as well. Eventually, I want to see Scotland and Ireland as well, but that may be the year after. So anyway, let me go ahead and show you the puppies again. They are both asleep right now. And was there something else I was going to talk about? I think that was it. Anyway, if it comes to me next week. So I kind of wish I have not worn this white shirt because they are in their spring shed season right now, and y'all are getting hair everywhere. Yes, you are. So here's Koko. She is doing well. They have a vet appointment on Friday to get their heartworm shots, some flea medication. Chanel had a flea on her, and so far I've only seen one flea, but I feel like if there's one flea, there's millions. I am still taking them for walks, but we're trying to stay out of the grass right now. Let's see. They're going to hate going to the vet, but they're going on Friday, so I'm going to do that this week. That's another thing in this week that's booked. Let me go grab Chanel, and then we'll just end the video. Here she is. I just told her everybody wanted to see her. She's doing well, aren't you? Yes. Say, I was sleeping and Mommy woke me up. Yes, I was. Yeah. So they are doing good. They got in a little bit of a scuffle the other day. I'm not sure why, but they forgive each other and get over it, don't you? Yes. Chanel is like the, you know how people are, sometimes people are very vocal and blah, 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 and they're always loud. That's kind of like Koko. And there's other people who will take it and take it and take it, and then they explode. That's Chanel. So every so often, I mean, she kind of lets Koko bully her around. I mean, they play together. They love each other. But then the minorest, anyway, the smallest thing will happen and Chanel loses her mind and goes on the attack, and it freaks Koko out. So they've had a couple of those things happen since I've been back, but it was a very small thing. I broke up a couple of fights, and anyway, they're best friends again. So I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys go now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you to all the new people who have subscribed to my channel, and I hope you guys are enjoying the vlogs. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye bye, everybody.